What do we think is going to be in the town hall? Is it going to be good or is it going to be dog shit? What are we saying? I don't know why we would think it would be anything good or anything other than Lanathon Part 1. Thankfully, this video is not about the town hall. We're going to be talking about the future of Plants vs. Zombies in 2024. In this video, I want to go over pretty much everything Plants vs. Zombies. Now, I mostly play the Plants vs. Zombies shooter games, so that is what I'm going to know the most about. However, I still want to touch on the mobile games because they are what Plants vs. Zombies is. Plants vs. Zombies started off as a mobile game and still is a mobile game. I was just in a completely full Lanathon match, but this one is quite contrary. So first, Garden Warfare 2 in 2024. What do I think? Garden Warfare 2 in 2024 is in a very weird spot. On the PC version, you have a fuck ton of cheaters, as well as this was the year where we had the whole banning situation go on. People found a way to brick accounts, and that tool was made public to everybody, thus rendering Garden Warfare 2 unsafe to play on PC. Now, the issue has kinda been fixed, and the reason I say kinda is because EA only really did like a band-aid fix. Why are you just going after me? What I mean by band-aid fix is they didn't fix the banning issue. You are still able to be banned still to this day as of the time I'm recording this video. However, they are doing daily unban waves to unban players who have been banned. And even still, I don't know about these daily unban waves. I have 3 accounts that are currently banned and they have not been unbanned after 4 days now. So, you know, I really don't know what the fuck's going on with PC. PC has been like a whole fucking mess, and as of the time I'm recording this video, I honestly just can't recommend it. Now, if you're able to get the game on sale, then I would just say go for it. Like, the game does work. You are able to just play the game if you want to, but PC is just like a very big mess. The PC port in general for Garden Warfare 2 is just not very great. If you want to play Garden Warfare 2 in 2024, just get the game on console. Console has absolutely 0 cheaters because, you know, you're unable to cheat on a console. There's no way to skid on a console. Now, you are able to use something like a Zen, which can like get rid of recoil and stuff like that, but I don't really care about that. You can't use boss mods, you can't really cheat on console. Plus, there's just so many more benefits to console. You have a lot more players on console, the lobbies are significantly less sweaty, you're not going to be getting the same players over and over and over again. Now, the community for this game is still small, don't get me wrong. However, it is just still so much larger on console. Plus, in my opinion, coming from someone who's played, I would say, mostly PC now, the console version just feels better. Once you play the console and PC versions, you can definitely tell that this game was designed more for console, and the PC version was just kind of put together just so they could have a PC version. So in the year 2024, I would recommend Garden Warfare 2. I would recommend it a lot less on PC just because there's so many issues. However, the game does go on sale a lot, so if you're able to get the game for like a couple bucks on PC, then I just say go for it. But console is really where it's at if you want like the most authentic Garden Warfare experience in 2024. Now, I'm going to talk about Garden Warfare 1. Garden Warfare 1. I don't even know what to say about this game. Gnome buff. Now, Garden Warfare 1 on PC does have more players than BFN on PC. Fuck was that? However, that's not to say that the game is super populated either. During prime hours of the day, you'll be lucky to get like a match or 2. And if you want to find a Team Vanquish match, you'll have to be like on winter break during prime hours of the day on like a Friday. So if you can get Garden Warfare 1 on PC for like a couple dollars, then go for it, I guess. A couple dollars really won't set you back that much, and at the end of the day, it is still Garden Warfare 1. On console, however, you are still able to get Team Vanquish matches and turf matches. Now, the game is still not nearly as popular as Garden Warfare 2, but it still has enough matches where I say pick up the game for a cheap price. As it goes for cheaters on Garden Warfare 1, I have never encountered a skid. Rip Bozo. I've never encountered someone using a boss mod or anything like that on PC Garden Warfare 1. And I'm also fairly confident that you cannot be banned, but quote me if I'm wrong. Even if you can be banned, if I haven't been banned on Garden Warfare 1, then I would say that you're safe. I have been banned so many times now on Garden Warfare 2, and I've never been banned once on Garden Warfare 1, so I can confidently say that you're probably fine to play the game. But yeah, much like a lot of these games, if you can get the game for a good price, I say go for it. And that goes for both console and PC. Now, the next game I want to talk about is Battle for Neighborville, the most recent Plants vs. Zombies shooter title. Now, from an outsider perspective, you would think the most recent Plants vs. Zombies shooter title probably has the most players. Well, you would be wrong. On PC, Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville is pretty much 100% dead. The only way I can recommend the game is if you're willing to play on Asia servers on like 150 to 200 ping, or if Asia servers are your main servers, then I say go for it, because Asia has enough players where you can still get fairly full turf matches. However, the game on PC is just not nearly as popular as it is on console. Console Battle for Neighborville, you are still able to get full turf matches, and you're still able to also get Team Vanquish matches. Now, whenever I say you're able to get matches, I'm mainly talking about NA East or EU. Now, EU Battle for Neighborville, I'm not 100% sure about, but I'm fairly confident on console you could get a match or two. As it goes for PC Battle for Neighborville, that is a game that I will just flat out not recommend. Even if you can get the game for a couple dollars, I would just say that it's not worth it. 9 times out of 10, you just won't be able to even play the game at all. The player base is just so small on PC. You will most likely get like 3 to 6 real players in your match. The rest will just be AI, and it just won't even be fun to play. If you're really getting that itch to play some Battle for Neighborville, just get the game on console. Console definitely has enough players for you to satisfy your needs to want to play the game. I have no doubt in my mind that on Europe, you will still be able to get matches as well. So if you're really scratching that itch to play some Battle for Neighborville, please just get it on console. Do not play on PC. Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. We have some scientists to promote. There goes chemist, and also computer scientist. More Lonathon time. To sum up the Plants vs. Zombies shooters on both console and PC, if you can get the game for a decent price, I would recommend picking it up, except for BFN on PC. And even if you want to play BFN on PC that badly during like prime hours on Asia servers, you will most likely find the game for like $3 to $4, so you really can't go wrong. If you want the most authentic Garden Warfare experience that would like feel the most similar to when the game was poppin', just get the game on console. Console has a lot more players, so you won't be getting the same people every single match. The console version just like honestly feels better from someone who's played mostly the PC version. But if you're wondering about like the community and stuff, the Garden Warfare... What is this guy doing? The PvZ shooters community is still going strong. There's still a fair amount of us. There's still a good amount of content creators on the game. This year specifically, there's been a lot more new players on Garden Warfare 2 PC, as well as there's been a lot more content creators popping up, myself included. Now, next I want to talk about something that I definitely know a lot less about, and that would be the Plants vs. Zombies mobile games. Now, Plants vs. Zombies 2, as far as I know, is the only Plants vs. Zombies game that is getting new content. Plants vs. Zombies 2 gets balance patches like rarely. Sometimes they'll like add the ability to like level up a new plant or something like that. What is this guy doing? This is like the weirdest party Citron I've ever played against. Why do you think you're gonna get that res? I'm right fucking here. Plants vs. Zombies 2 is, you know, Plants vs. Zombies 2. It's the Plants vs. Zombies tower defense game that we all know and love. And the game still has a lot of replayability. Plants vs. Zombies 2 on its own already has a fuck ton of content in it, as well as it's the only Plants vs. Zombies game that's getting new content. So you actually have something to look forward to in Plants vs. Zombies 2. I know, crazy concept for the Plants vs. Zombies franchise. As well as there are so many mods for Plants vs. Zombies 2. Overall, Plants vs. Zombies 2 has like the most stuff going for it, I would say. Obviously, as I said the fucking million times by now, game's still getting new content. The modding community for the game is just absolutely insane. Like, Plants vs. Zombies 2 Reflourished is just one of the many mods for Plants vs. Zombies 2. And that mod changes so much about the game, it's insane. That is like a DLC size mod. That is like a Plants vs. Zombies 2.5. And also recently I've started playing Plants vs. Zombies 2, so if you want to see me bang out some PvZ 2, then feel free to join the streams. I plan to start doing those streams a lot more frequently, and recently we have been doing them fairly frequently, and there's been a good amount of people showing up, so shout out to everyone who shows up. But yeah, Plants vs. Zombies 2 I would recommend, as well as it's free, so there's no reason not to play it. Community's still going strong, content creation's going strong. Overall, Plants vs. Zombies 2 I think is in a fairly decent spot, at least from like my information. Compared to Garden Warfare 2, Plants vs. Zombies 2 is doing fucking phenomenal. Now, I'm not going to talk about PvZ 1 just because, you know, that game's fucking old. I don't think there's really much to talk about for that game that already hasn't been said. The next thing I want to talk about is Plants vs. Zombies 3. Plants vs. Zombies 3, the next mainstream Plants vs. Zombies game. This game has already gone through so many revisions and so many changes and stuff like that, and it's not even out yet. There was rumors for the game being like canceled and stuff like that. However, I'm pretty sure those rumors were not true. I don't think the game is canceled. But Plants vs. Zombies 3 is not even out yet, and the game is already looking fairly messy. Whenever the most recent revision came out, the reviews were really not great from a lot of people. The game had a lot of change for the sake of change and not really much else. There we go, once again, the GOAT himself getting the most kills. How do I have 64 rainbow stars? Don't know, don't care, we're gonna be buying the red chest. To summarize Plants vs. Zombies 3, the game is overall not looking great. The reviews for the game have just not been very good. There was a lot of weird changes, and overall the game is extremely different than Plants vs. Zombies 2, which is the Plants vs. Zombies game that people actually like. The game's making like a lot of the same mistakes that BFN made. Plants vs. Zombies over the last couple years has felt like it's had like an identity crisis. It doesn't really know what it wants to be. It's just trying to do change. It's just trying to change shit for the sake of changing shit. And overall, I just don't even know what to think. PopCap and EA have to just get their shit together. I've seen Plants vs. Zombies 3, and honestly, I think the game has potential. As the next mainstream Plants vs. Zombies game, I hope that they're just going to put all their efforts into that game and just try to produce the best game that they possibly can for their next main game. But I don't know, Plants vs. Zombies is just in a very weird spot right now. The franchise has fallen off significantly. PopCap and EA are just like, I don't know what to say anymore. I think that's going to be all for today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. We are on the road to 15,000 subscribers, so if you could subscribe, that would mean the absolute world to me. And yeah, until next time, sayonara.